Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Today is February 10th, 2025. I am just going to share updates, resources, opportunities for donating, and opportunities for volunteering. Um, I try to do this every Monday to kind of keep us all on the same page. Anybody who's in our area knows that there's lots of awesome things happening, but it feels a little bit like we're out of sync with each other. So, the goal of this live stream has been to try to get us all on the same page throughout the week. I save posts or things that I've seen, and then I share them in one space together with you once a week so that it doesn't feel quite as overwhelming. That's the hope. So, just a couple of updates for anybody who's not in our area, who's wondering what's going on in our area. Last week we had a tornado warning here in Elizabethton. The sirens went off and everything. I think that was on the 6th, if I'm remembering right. But it was, I mean, like even it was not fun for anybody in our area. I was nervous. I think everybody was nervous. I can't imagine people in campers right now who've been through what they've been through, having the wind like it was and the rain and everything was a little nerve-wracking. And then this week there is rain coming. So we've been told that there's quite a bit of rain that's coming into our area starting tomorrow. I think tomorrow evening is when it starts. The TVA is doing a good job of like keeping up on what their plans are for like dams and lakes and things. So that's like seems like a good place to get that information. Is the TVA website or their Facebook page. That's kind of what I'm watching to see like what's going to happen. Again, I think we're all a little nervous about that. Just so you know, I am not affiliated with the TLC Center. This live stream isn't, but they are a very trusted nonprofit in our area who's done amazing things throughout the flood and also before for the past 25 years. And that is the QR code to donate to them if you feel called to. They will put it to the most like pressing needs, I believe. And they also are working on getting a new location. So any donations for that new location are very much appreciated. So just wanted to point that out. A couple of things for our area specifically. Cat Island Park is one of our parks that got taken out by the Doe River. It was one of my kids' favorite parks. So we were super bummed about that and have been, but they are starting reconstruction on it, which is really exciting and hopeful. They have a survey out right now on the Elizabethton page where you can fill out like what you would like to see the park become. I filled it out. I'll leave a link for you just to kind of give them some feedback on what our community would like to see with that park space. So I'll add that. Another update in our area, FEMA is calling everybody all of a sudden. We haven't heard much from FEMA for 4 months, but all of a sudden it seems like they're calling everybody quite a bit. So one thing that somebody I know whose whole home was taken out, and they got less than like a laughable situation with FEMA at the beginning of this. Anyways, they thought their insurance was going to pay for it. And in fact, their insurance is not paying as much as they initially said that they were going to pay. So she shared just on her Facebook that you can appeal FEMA if you receive like feedback or like some information from your insurance company that they're not going to help you as much as they originally said they would. Please appeal FEMA. So all of a sudden FEMA is helpful. Well, I don't know if I can say helpful. They're answering phone calls. So the FEMA helpline, I could add that in here also. The FEMA helpline is open from, I think I heard it was like 6 a.m. to midnight or something. They're open apparently all the time, all of a sudden, and you can actually reach them. So that's happy. So if you have had unfortunate interactions with FEMA, it might be worth calling again and trying to talk to them. So that's all I'll say on that front. Another update in our area. There was a home that burnt down in Mountain City last week or this week. And there's a group that's getting together to host a benefit like dinner for the family. That is going to be more information coming soon, but it's on February 22nd. It'll be $10 a plate, and I believe it's going to be in Mountain City on February 22nd. So I'll share more information on that next week if I see where it's at and all of that, because it looks like the family was renting and lost the home, and so I'm sure that would be a great place for us to all kind of, get together and have food, and also put some money towards that family. I know that the family also has a child whose their first birthday is coming up. So that was one that I wanted to make sure I mentioned. Okay, so it's kind of like the updates portion of what's going on in our area for people out of our area or in our area. That's kind of like what I've seen in the past week. The next section I'll share is resources for anybody who's in need. So there is an event going on February 15th from 10 to 2 at the Erwin Moose Lodge, 939. I think that's like the number associated with the Moose Lodge. They're calling it Love and Food. There's going to be like propane, kerosene, like non-perishable food, that kind of thing. So that's one. There's also a food distribution event happening in Erwin as well, same day, February 15th from 10 to noon at the National Guard Armory. So both of those are on the 15th, Saturday. Is it 15th, I believe. Really good resources if you're in Erwin. Another resource is the Disaster Relief Mobile Unit has clothing and shoe distribution going on at the Boys and Girls Club in Elizabethton. I did not save what date that was. I will put that information in the caption because I did not save the date on my little fancy piece of paper that I read all this off of. Another resource is, her name is Velma, Miss Velma. Her organization is called Helene Recovery Foundation, and they're doing like water testing and water purification help, which I think is really cool. Pretty much all of us probably are a little concerned about our water, so she's a good resource. Her number is 571-977-9537. I'll put that in here as well. She's testing water and helping with like water purification, like out of the tap and the shower or something like that. So that's another resource. So those are my resources section. Going into like donations needed. She as well, Velma Anne Ruth is her name. She was up in Southwest Virginia area, and there's a hub up there that's running really low on supplies, and she's trying to get supplies up to Virginia area. So her website's helenerecoveryfoundation.org. And if you have any resources, I would highly recommend like reaching out to her. Again, that number I just shared is hers as well, of getting some supplies up to like Southwest Virginia. Another place for donations would be, there's an Amazon registry for 3 babies in the Asheville area that were severely, their families were severely impacted by the storm. And so I'll link that Amazon registry. One of the little babies was born on the 8th, and they posted a picture saying they're still in need of some of like the baby items and things. So I'll post that. Another Amazon wish list is one that I've seen from a trusted nonprofit for the Yancey and Mitchell County communities. Looks like there's quite a few things that they are needing there as well. And then a specific family is in need of some lot fee rent money kind of thing. So she's trying to raise $545 for the month with utilities, and the Venmo for that is Deirdre. Deirdre's Venmo is River of Life Miracles, and they have been very involved in our area and a trusted resource or a trusted place to donate. So I feel comfortable sharing that Venmo, and she's hoping to raise at least $545 for this family for their lot fee rents, because I didn't realize how expensive these families get into these campers, and then they get parked on these campgrounds, and the campgrounds are ridiculous. The fees around here are ridiculous for people to park campers, and I'm concerned that that's just going to get worse as it becomes like more warmer and tourist seasony. So that's kind of a bummer. Okay, so those are the donations, like that would be useful, good in our area kind of thing. Again, like this space, I'm trying to keep current because, as you know, donations change. Like what's needed changes like crazy. Of course, donations for like rebuilding is a huge thing right now. God's Warehouse here in Elizabethton is taking donations. And then also, if you're somebody who's in need, God's Warehouse would be a great place for you to go. And they seem to be doing the most around like rebuilding in our immediate area. So, volunteering efforts. So Carter County Long-Term Recovery Group, I finally got some information about that. Somebody asked me about that 2 weeks ago. I found the Facebook page. I'll link it here. They're having a meeting on Thursday, February 13th at 10 a.m. at Valley Forge Free Will Baptist Church. So Thursday, February 13th at 10 a.m. It's a long-term recovery group. So there's going to be lots of different needs and discussions. So if you are interested in all of us getting a little bit more organized, I think that that's going to be a really good place, a really good resource for us. Another volunteer opportunity is I know this woman. I know her story personally. I know her. I've met her. I trust her. All those things. She has a new space that she's living in. Not the space that she lost everything in. New space, new area, new town, new state. Just across the border. But she is needing help putting up fencing in Roan Mountain. So she has all the materials. She just needs to actually get the fence up so that she can get her goats from one area to her. And like people, this is one that I really want us to try to help her get done soon, because those goats have been on her other property since it all happened. And I just think it would be good to have her animals by her. She has all the supplies. She just needs volunteers to help set up the fence. She even has an idea of like how to set the fence up and all of that. Just needs manpower. Okay, and then another resource, there's a family in Hampton needing help. I think I saw painting is the main thing, but their goal is to have them back in their home by the 22nd in Hampton. So I will write who that one was. Sometimes my notes get a little crazy, but that family in Hampton could use some help getting back in their home. Let's see. The other one was the event on February 15th in Erwin. You could contact Mindy Barrett. She just needs volunteers for like doing all the things like making that event work kind of thing. And yeah, so those are the volunteer opportunities. I will list them all in there. I'll list the donation opportunities and then the resources in my list after I hit end. Everybody stay safe. I know I'm a little stressed about it. I think everybody's in our area is a little stressed about the weather. Although looking outside, you would not imagine that we have a bunch of rain coming our way. But hopefully this week goes okay. I know I'm going to be praying and keeping everybody who's been through so much already. I'm just hoping that it won't be as wild as they're saying it will be with the rain and things. So anywho, thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. And please, anybody who has things that they need to put out or has questions about like resources or groups, that has been very helpful and eye-opening. People messaging me, telling me what groups they have had good interactions with, what groups maybe not so much. And I'm able to kind of pass that information along to other families that I know are trying to navigate the craziness of getting help by trusted individuals right now. So I'm hoping that we won't have to do these forever, but but I'm going to keep on doing these updates as long as I feel like we need to do these updates. I mean, I know that there's been a lot of talk about big changes happening and help coming and all of that. And while I have seen an increase of calls, like FEMA calling people, I haven't seen with my own eyeballs a whole lot. I've seen a couple trucks with debris, but our rivers still have a bunch of debris in them. So I'm just going to keep doing these as long as my eyeballs see a need, I guess, and trying to keep us all on the same page. So, anyway, thank you. Let me know if you have any questions or want me to add anything or put anything out next week. Again, I'm just trying to kind of keep us all on the same page. So, thanks.